Yo, what's up, Aries? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of April 2017. Aries, quick announcement before we start your forecast. I'm posting daily astrology on my Facebook page. So every day I'm going to be making a post for all 12 signs. So head there to check out your forecast every day. And if there's any other forecasts on there for any other signs you want to check out, they'll be available for you to look at as well. You can locate my page by typing Gregory Furlan in your Facebook search bar. My page is called Gregory Furlan. Head there, make sure to give me a like, check out your forecast every day. So now we're going to jump into your forecast for the month of April 2017. Aries, the sun is transiting your sign throughout the month of April 2017. So you're the star, you're in the spotlight, and you take center stage. This has to do with new beginnings for you, Aries. This is your solar return. This is the point of the year where the sun comes back into your sign. So this is a time of new beginnings for you, Aries. This is a fresh start for you. So enjoy all the extra attention you're going to be getting during this time. The sun's going to be in your sign until April 19th. And then on April 19th, the sun's going to shift into Taurus. And that has to do more with your money situation. So the focus is going to be about you for the majority of the month of April 2017. Then when the sun shifts into Taurus on April 19th, the focus is going to switch to be more about your money situation. Those are the main themes for you, Aries, for the month of April 2017. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological events that are set to occur this month and what they mean for you. Right off the bat, on April 2nd, Venus retrograde enters into Pisces. So now Venus is retrograding so much that it's moving backwards into Pisces. Now it's been retrograding in your sign since March 4th, but now it's going back into Pisces. So what does it suggest? I mean, when Venus goes retrograde, it can mean different things. It can mean that, people are coming up for, or maybe there's a lover that's coming in from the past, and it doesn't even have to be somebody who's potentially from this lifetime. I mean, what's interesting about Venus retrograde is when Venus goes backwards, especially for you single Aries, it could bring in somebody from a past life. So, you may meet somebody new, but they could potentially be from a past life. And it's really interesting because Venus is actually going to be retrograding into Pisces, which is this area that's private and hidden for you. And it has a lot to do with things that are mysterious and hidden and esoteric subjects such as astrology, numerology, tarot, and that stuff has a lot of stuff to do with hidden meanings and symbolism. So don't be surprised, Aries, that if I'm not saying it's going to happen for all of you Aries, but some of you Aries might have a soulmate coming in potentially. So I think that's something to be pretty excited about. Now, if that's not the way it's resonating for you Aries, potentially if you're a single Aries, you may just be, somebody from your past is coming back, and you got to decide whether or not you really want to move forward with this person again. Some Aries will, some Aries won't. Now, for you Aries that are coupled up, this retrograde cycle pretty much suggests that you and your significant other are going to be shaking off old, outdated tendencies that are no good for your relationship anymore. So, once Venus is ready to move forward again, it's going to start moving forward again on April 15th. Once it does, then, that'll be the point where you can have a fresh start with your significant other. On April 5th, Mars, the power planet's in Taurus. Taurus is your second house of your money situation. It's making a positive angle to Pluto, the planet of transformation, in Capricorn. Capricorn's your 10th house, has to do with your career situation. So this is a great day for your money and your career, Aries. So whatever you're doing professionally, it's resonating on April 5th, and this is a positive situation. So if you're an Aries that doesn't see any sort of fruit bearing on April 5th, that's coming, if you don't see any sort of money coming in right away regarding the effort that you've put in your career, your profession, Aries, then this is just a great day for your career, and it's definitely something that could lead to more money down the line. On April 6th, Saturn, the planet of restriction, begins its retrograde cycle. And this is in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is your 9th house. Once again, retrogrades where the planet looks like it's going backwards. It's not really going backwards, but it looks like it is. What does this mean astrologically? Well, Saturn's going to be doing this retrograde all the way up until August 25th. So from April 6th until August 25th, you have Saturn going backwards in an area that has to do with faraway places, foreign culture, spirituality. This is going to mean different things for different Aries. Some Aries potentially lucky enough to go back to a place that they've been to before, some sort of foreign destination that you've been to before. Some of you Aries are going to be very lucky to get to return to a faraway destination that you've been to before. It's very exciting. Now, other Aries are going to actually be shaking off old tendencies regarding spirituality. So, any sort of outdated mindsets or old mindsets that you've had about spiritual subjects, Aries, this is when planets go retrograde, they just shake off old stuff that's no longer useful in your life, or there's just a concept that's just being pretty much it's getting rid of it pretty much. So any outdated tendencies or thought processes you have regarding spirituality, Saturn's really just going to eliminate these from your thought process, so that allows new thought processes to come in. Now, other Aries potentially having somebody come back into their life who's from a foreign culture potentially, so this is going to resonate differently for different Aries. And you just have to figure out how that's resonating in your life. On April 7th, the sun is in your sign. It's making an opposition to Jupiter, the planet of expansion, in Libra. Libra is your 7th house. Has to do with your relationships primarily in your life. And this is going to probably, so you basically have the sun on one end of the sky in your sign, and then you have Libra on the other, or you have Jupiter on the other end of the sky in your area of relationships, and they're facing off. So they're exactly opposite from each other on April 7th, and this is going to probably cause a little bit of tension in your relationships, Aries. So it doesn't have to be like a relationship like as someone you're interested in romantically. It could be like who do you have relationships? You have relationships with your friends, your parents, your boss, like whoever you just think about. This is all about one-on-one situations. Your 7th house, where Jupiter is all about one-on-one relationships, how you relate to another in a one-on-one setting. So the way this is going to resonate is you might feel a little bit of tension in any sort of one-on-one relationships in your life right around April 7th. So look out for that one. On April 9th, Mercury, the planet of communication, begins its retrograde cycle in Taurus. And Mercury retrograde, everybody knows how great Mercury retrograde is. It causes disruptions in communication. Obviously, this has to do with your money situation. So following April 9th, you may see some sort of delay in money. It's going to maybe there's going to be some sort of miscommunication regarding money or some sort of setback. So you'll notice that after April 9th. On April 11th, there's a full moon in Libra. Libra is your 7th house. It has to do with one-on-one relationships in your life. This is going to resonate differently for all Aries. Now, if you're a single Aries, you can expect someone to come into your life for a relationship following April 11th. So that's one way this is going to resonate for you Aries that are coupled up. The full moon's going to hit in Libra, your 7th house of relationships, on April 11th. Following April 11th, if you're a Libra, if you're an Aries that's coupled up and you're not engaged yet, maybe you're going to get engaged. Following April 11th, if you're already engaged, maybe you're going to get married. And if you're married already following April 11th, then this just means new developments coming down the pike for you and your significant other. Potentially some changes for some Aries. Potentially, I hate to say this, some Aries maybe a split. I know that I hate to tell you, Aries, I hate to say it to you, but this is what these full moons are. They indicate that something's going on for so long and it just can't keep going on that way anymore, and now there needs to be a change. I'm not saying all Aries are going to have a split. Some yes, some may be a blip. They go over it and they're good. Whatever it is for your situation, I wish you the best, but just know if there is a split, there's someone better coming down the line for you. So that's something to look forward to. On April 15th, Venus, the planet of love, finally turns direct. So now you can stop thinking about the past when it comes to love. It's going to be all about the future. If you found somebody in the past that you like and you're ready to move forward with them, April 15th is the day to decide if you want to move forward with somebody or not who's from the past. Potentially some Aries, not all, have met maybe you'll meet some soulmates and they're ready to move forward with their soulmate now. On April 20th, Pluto is going retrograde in Capricorn. That's your 10th house of career. And it doesn't go direct until September 28th. So this is quite a process here. And, once again, these retrogrades, they shake off old outdated tendencies. This one has to do with your career, Aries. So, whatever old mindsets you have about your career, this retrograde, this Pluto retrograde, it's really a deep planet, so it's really going to get to the root of things. And, whatever old outdated tendencies you have regarding career, these are going to be shaken off during this time. It's going to be happening all the way up until September 28th. Also on April 20th, Mercury retrograde goes retrograde so far backwards now that it's actually going backwards into your sign now. So a lot of retrograde happening this month. So now it's in your signs, which means there's conversations that are coming up about you, Aries, right around April 20th and following April 20th the conversations are going to tend to be about you, or this could even be you communicating about yourself. Maybe you're bringing something up again that you've talked about. Maybe there's something that you've said about yourself before, and now you need to say it again. So there's going to be a lot of talk about you. You're going to be the center of attention when it comes to conversation following April 20th, and these conversations may have taken place before. On April 26th, there's a new moon in Taurus. Taurus is your second house. That's to do with your money situation primarily. So this is a great influence. New moons bring new things into your life, and this one has to do with your money. So new money coming down the pike, Aries. So the new moon is going to hit on April 26th in your second house of money. So the way new moons work is the 6 months that follow April 26th. All these new developments regarding opportunities for money are going to start coming down the pike. So earning opportunities. So Aries, this is great because, you are a talented person. You have a lot of talents, and you shouldn't limit yourself to one stream of income. If you have a day job, that's great. Maybe try to find an additional way to bring in some revenue. Use your creativity, Aries. You're a very creative person. So use that to your advantage. Maybe try to find something extra to bring some extra money into your life. I think that's all I have for you this month, Aries. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. I'm on Instagram as Gregory Furlan Official. I'm on Facebook posting daily astrology as Gregory Furlan. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time.